Hi there, thanks for tuning in again for another watercolour video. I completed the first half of this with all the beautiful tones of burnt umber, and now I'm just going around and finishing it off, and I'm using a watercolour pencil. So the watercolour pencils that I completely love are these Faber Castell ones. It's the Albrecht Dürer Magnus, so they're really fat and big. So I've been buying them individually, and then I thought I'd buy the whole set, and I absolutely love it. There's enough colours in here for me to be able to pick one and go, ooh, do I like this colour? And what I've been doing is just going around the edge there, adding a little bit of colour. I just wanted to add a little bit of detail to these pebbles, this pebble design. It's kind of abstract and kind of like a pattern as well. It's halfway between, I think. Anyway, I've just been going around adding a little bit of outline with the pencil. So this particular colour is walnut brown. And the beauty of a quality set like that is that it will, you can reorder particular colours if you end up using lots of them. So I've got heaps of blue pencils because I use a lot of blue. So now I'm just using a bit of water, and I'm going around wetting that, and it only takes such a quick second. I'm just going to soften all that off. And softening the inside of that pencil mark. And so I'm going to go around to each pebble and do that each time. Go to the, I just felt that the design needed something extra. So I'm putting a double edge. They're such beautiful watercolour pencils, really quite creamy to use. So it's really lovely using them. Now, what I could do is choose this beautiful blue, phthalo blue. I love phthalo blue. So will I add a touch of phthalo blue? Oh, this one is light ultramarine. Oh, how beautiful is that? Or will I go with that one? I'm just putting them there to sort of see. There's also this fabulous magenta. That might look completely beautiful. Oh, right. There's my decision, magenta. I'm just going to commit to it because if I think about it too long, I'll change my mind again. So I've already done this edge here because I was demonstrating to one of my classes how to fill in that edge, how you could finish off this painting. And they all did something so beautiful and different. It was fascinating looking at what they've done. I think I might leave that edge brown. I'm just going to darken up the edge so that I've matched the tone but changed the color. Now I'm going to release that beautiful magenta into the painting. I'm just going to soften that off. I'm not going to wait till soften it off at the end because I might get a little bit of a hard line. The colour is so different to the colours underneath. I'm softening quickly, and then I won't have any internal hard lines. Just finish that bit off there. So that one's got a pink glaze over the whole thing. So did I kill it or did I make it fantastic? I don't know. I don't know whether I love it or hate it. It makes me so want to add bits of magenta to the others. Are they too damp to do that too? They're all just the tiniest bit damp. What will happen? I'm just thinking about which one I began on. I think I might have begun on this one. I wonder what will happen if I just add a little bit of magenta there and just soften that off like that. A little bit of magenta over the whole thing now. Right, that's better. Okay, I like that. I'm going to give each one a little bit of magenta. I want it to be a bit drier though because the pencil will push through. So I'm going to go and give it a dry. And then I'll just soften it off with water. So there's a bit here. And there's a bit here. And the last one is this one. I put a really thick amount on this one. Quick glaze over the whole thing. And just reevaluate how that's going. I don't like that bit there. Just going to, oops, went outside the line again. I'm going to leave that outside the line bit there. Now, this is really drawing my attention, so I wonder if I should add a little bit more here just to balance off that thick part. And this one, I left one of the sides brown, and I quite like that look. So I'm just going to widen the magenta here, and then when I soften it all, it'll be thicker and match its neighbour a little more. That's a bit better, I think. Soften that out so no hard edges. Yeah, that's a bit better. That one's more similar to that. And that makes me want to redo that edge. But I'm not sure if I should redo that. It's quite wet, so I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to just have a look and sit with it for a minute to decide. Will it get any better if I keep going? I don't think so. I think that I should stop, in fact. Oh, by the way, if you're looking for a sharpener to go with these watercolour pencils, this is It's got no brand, so I can't tell you. Oh, here it is. It's a 10 win in sharpener, but it's got a special slot for 9 to 12 millimeter pencils. So I was just using my magenta and say I want to get that point back. It's got a really large hole for these really large pencils. If you go looking for that, that's how you sharpen the really large ones. Oh, I can see now that I've gotten to this point and I want to add bits of magenta all over the place. Oh, so tempting. It's like it's calling me to put magenta up there. But I don't think that I will. I really am going to try and just resist now. What I'm going to do is sign it. So it's almost tempting to sign it in one of these lovely pencils, but I won't. I'm going to sign it as I often do, which is with a size 6 liner brush. And I like to use one of the colors that I've been painting with. And this was magenta that I finished with, and burnt umber. There was a lot of burnt umber. I'm just looking at my palette to see if there's any. I think that's the gray I was painting with this morning. Yeah. And this is burnt sienna, so that's what I was also painting with this morning. And so I'm pretty sure that's burnt umber. And I'm just looking to see if there's any on my palette. Oh, over here I've got some magenta. I wonder if I might paint my signature in magenta. Yeah, right. I'm just using up what is on there. Now I could put my signature anywhere. I think what I'll do is take the tape off. Taking the tape off always helps me stop fiddling with painting, so that's where I'll start. Been using this Canson watercolor paper, and the tape is taking a fair bit off on the edge there. The tape seems to take off less paper on when I put it on ash. It's just taking off a really small amount of paper the whole way along. It's quite even, the amount of paper that it's taking off. It's kind of giving it a rough look. I always like it when the tape's off. I'm just going to rotate the painting and have a little look. Do I want to paint across some of the rocks and in the very traditional way, in which case, oh, there's something on it there. Oh, so disappointing. It's picked up something from one of the paintings. I've been carrying this one back and forth from the painting class I've been teaching, and it's picked up color from something else. I don't think I did that just then. Anyway, this is how you correct. A little bit of dampness on my brush, and I'm just gently lifting that off. Gently. There. That's better. There's almost no paint on my brush, but now you can't really see that little mistake over there. That's better. Now then, where to sign it? Do I like this orientation? Because once you put your signature on, you're really kind of committing to a position, whether it's portrait or landscape orientation. I quite like that. I quite like this pointing down. I like that that's heavy at the bottom. It kind of has a look. And I think I noticed this a little less when it's pointing like that. And if I'm going to put my signature in magenta, I think I will put it over here. Just want to check that it's dry enough, and it's not. So I'm going to dry it before I paint. Okay, now it's dry. I've got my magenta on my liner brush. Do a quick little practice to check I like the tone and how it's going to look. Yep. And I'm going to put my signature over here. I think I'll put it in this space and then keep going. It'll be first half of my my first name will be really obvious, and so the Marion will be really in this lovely space here, and the Chapman will go into the darker area. And I'm going to say that it's done so that I stop fiddling with this one. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for tuning in. Please like it if you got anything out of this video. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos week after week. I'm uploading new videos every single week. I really appreciate your support, and for my Patreons, the full version of this video will be available to you, including my pencil sketch that allowed me to work out where to go with all these values. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Bye.